Welcome back, my friends, to the Power of Your Why podcast. I'm your host, George Medina. And if you are tuning in today, I believe it's not by any accident. You are here because you are ready for more. We've already walked through that fire together in our first two episodes. In episode 1, we went deep. We uncovered that why that makes you cry, that immovable emotional anchor that keeps you locked in when the world tells you to quit. In episode 2, we celebrated the victory. We spoke about level completed, recognizing that you have successfully closed a chapter of your past so you can boldly step up to write the next one. But today we stand at a massive crossroads because a great philosopher once said, "Comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth demands that you look in the mirror and challenge the person looking back at you." We are talking about the ultimate catalyst for transformation, challenging yourself. Once you find the true inspiration, and once you have leveled up, you cannot stop. You cannot rest on yesterday's trophies. Right now, you need to search yourself deeper. You need to dig in the deepest trenches of your soul and find exactly what it is you are made of. Listen to me closely. Your only competition in life is the person that's staring back at you in the mirror. You are not competing against your neighbor, your coworker, or any influencer on the screen. You are competing against your own potential. But to win that war, you have to be radically, brutally honest. You have to write down your progress every single day. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you need to look at the raw data just to see exactly where you stand. And let's be real. When you look at that truth, it's a mental battlefield. The lows. You look at the data, you look at where you are, and you get frustrated. You get down on yourself because the reality isn't where you feel it needs to be yet. You think, I put in too much work to be stuck here. The highs, you get great results. The scale drops. The numbers look amazing. And you get too high. You get overconfident. You start feeling so good about yourself that you think you can coast. And suddenly, your effort level drops to minimal. Hear me loud and clear. Both of those spaces are traps designed to steal your destiny. If you get too low, you quit. If you get too high, you stop trying. You need to operate right down the middle. Stay even keel. Being even keel means you possess an unbreakable, unshakable mind. A bad day cannot break your spirit. A good day cannot inflate your ego. You look at the data and say, this is just information. It tells me where I am, but it does not define where I'm going. You keep your eyes locked on the prize, steady and relentless. To stay even keel, you have to intentionally step into the dark. You have to set challenges that scare you. I'm talking about setting goals that legitimately frighten you. Goals that make your heart race. Goals that force you to stretch. That force you to move the needle. And force you into profound discomfort. If your goals don't scare you at least a little bit, they aren't goals. They are just a checklist of things you already know you can do. And maintenance does not build champions. Discomfort builds champions. Look, I never want to sit behind this microphone and give you a blueprint that I am not actively using in my own life. So let me pull back the curtain for a minute. let me tell you how I challenge myself, because the battle starts today. So for me, I was stuck, like I said in my last podcast, and I needed new challenges. But I was so scared to set challenges that maybe were too much for me. But it was that uncomfortability in setting those challenges that taught me valuable lessons this week. You see, I didn't want to move to the next level. I didn't want to start my next chapter because I knew what it would take. It would take more of my own effort. And when you think you are putting in all the effort in your body and in your mind and in your soul, the last thing you want to do is try to give more effort. And setting bigger goals for myself, man, that was hard to fathom. I was already taking 15,000 steps. I was already tracking my meals for about 20 days. I was already challenging myself in places that got me there. But what I learned this week, and what I'm imploring you to do, is see what your body and what your mind and what your soul is made of. And the only way you're going to see that is by doing what I did this week. I said I need to do more than 15,000 steps. So what I did is I embarked on a journey to do 10 days of 10Ks. That would make me walk more than 20,000 steps a day. One, where would I find the time to do that? And two, would I get tired of walking after I do this? I didn't want to be bored with my walking, because my walking is my foundation. And in my head, I always thought if you walk more, you're going to be bored and you're going to lose that excitement about walking. I didn't want to lose that. I wanted to keep that excitement. But you got to challenge yourself. You got to push yourself. If you say level up, it doesn't mean level up and do the same thing. It means level up and challenge yourself. So I embarked on this journey, and I've been doing that every single day. So every day, I have to wake up and make a choice to compete against who I was yesterday. I have to look at my own tracking, my own numbers, and tell myself, good job on yesterday's win, but that was yesterday. What are we doing today to move the needle? I'm in the trenches with you. I'm setting goals that make my stomach turn too, because I refuse to let my potential die in a comfort zone. And when you step into that zone of fear, just like I am doing right now, you cannot fly blind. You have to track your territory. That is why you must document everything. Track your war. Write down every single victory, every single setback. If your challenge is movement, if you are running or walking, write down your steps. Write down your times. Own every second. Own every step. If your challenge is food and fueling your body, track it all. Track the macros. Track the Weight Watcher points. Track every single choice. Make sure you hit every single thing, down to the sauce of all the sauces you use on your food and the ingredients. You see, before I was tracking, I just did the bare minimum. I had to do more this week, and I did it. I had to challenge myself even more, and I ate better this week. The real magic, the true breakthrough happens when you are authentically aligned with your truth and you refuse to let things slide under the rug. Stop hiding from your own data. When you skip logging that meal or cut a workout short and pretend it didn't happen, you aren't fooling anyone but the person you are trying to save. Seeing your progress clearly, transparently, is what counts. Without documentation, you are flying blind. You won't realize the massive strides you are actually making from you. and you will never see what the next level truly requires from you. Documentation is your proof that you are evolving. I want to give you a warning today, and I need you to feel this in your bones. You can have your why from episode 1, and you can have your level completed mindset from episode 2, but if you do not challenge yourself beyond that victory, you will find yourself trapped in a vortex of plateaus and comfortability. And that, my friends, is living in purgatory. When you fall into that comfortable trap, you actually end up more disenchanted and disempowered than you were when you first started your journey. Think about how powerful you were when you first began. Back then, you had the fire in your belly. Everything was an example of what didn't work. So you were hungry, you were fighting, you were searching. But now you found something that works. You found a routine that brought you some success. And because it works, it becomes a beautiful, dangerous prison. It is so hard to move past it because you love the comfort zone of doing what has been working, instead of pushing yourself to the next terrifying boundary. You are sitting on a couch of complacency while your potential is begging you to stand up. If you stay there, the fire dies. We do not do maintenance here. We do breakthroughs. I do not want you to listen to this episode, feel a sudden rush of motivation, and then go right back to your comfortable routine. We don't just consume content here. We take action. So you'll have homework today. Right now, as soon as this episode ends, I need you to do 3 things to challenge yourself. Identify the plateau. Name the one area of your life you have been coasting because what you've been doing has been working. Write down exactly where you've let your effort drop to minimal. Set one scared goal. I want you to set a challenge for this week that makes you deeply uncomfortable. If you usually walk 2 miles, your goal is 3.5. If you usually track your food most of the time, your goal is 100% radical transparency. The unvarnished journal. Go get a notebook or open a blank note on your phone. For the next 7 days, you are documenting everything. You aren't sweeping the bad days under the rug. You aren't letting a single day make you uncomfortable. You aren't letting a single good day make you overconfident. You are staying even keel, looking at the raw data and building your blueprint. That is your assignment. No excuses. It's time to break out of the vortex. As we close out episode 3, take a deep breath and reclaim your power. Look at your life today. Do your homework. Stop settling for a plateau because it's safer than the climb. Stay even keel. Let those lows motivate you. Let the highs humble you. But never stop moving forward. You have your why. You completed the level. Now go out there, dig deep into your soul, do your homework today, and show the world what you truly are made of. Thank you for listening to the Power of Your Why podcast. Share this fire with someone who needs it to wake up today. Until next time, stay comfortable, stay hungry, and go conquer your life. Peace.